Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl, I'm a recovery coach here at Cap Recovery Center. This is our coffee and conversation meeting for the day. And the article is Connection and Recovery, the Power of Human Relationships and Overcoming Addiction. And if you like this article, it's by recoverycafe.com. That's recoverycafe.com. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
All right.
Take a seat. Get the article right over there. This is the journey to recovery from drugs and alcohol therapy is a challenging and life-changing experience. However, one essential aspect that often goes unnoticed is the importance of human connection in recovery. Research has shown that establishing and maintaining strong connections with others is critical in overcoming addiction and maintaining long-term sobriety. In this blog post, we develop into the reasons why connection recovery matters so much and how you can strengthen your own connections on the path of sobriety. So I look at this article as like we have like an active addiction, we have these communication with other people and have these relationships, but it's like all unhealthy. You know what I mean? It's all about drugs and alcohol and what I can get from you and what I can get from everybody, like greed, um, was one of the defects of mine, right? Um, so like have building these relationships in recovery is crucial. So healthy uh, relationships is one, and healthy communication is very well needed. So we have to build this in recovery as like a support network. Instead of having the people I used to use with, um, it was all about lying, stealing. What can I get from you? What you can get from me? So that was kind of the relationships I had built in active addiction. But in recovery, it's like helping one another just to get a day clean. You know, it's just like doing something for somebody, not asking something in return. Actually genuinely doing something for somebody. You know, and helping others. That's what recovery has taught me is to help um, people around me, not even just in my personal relationships, just in our community, in the world in general. Being a productive member of society, and having healthy communication, healthy relationships is very needed. I can't go on this journey alone. I need help on a daily basis. And how do I build my relationships in recovery? And how do I connect with people? Let's see here. We go to emotional support. Addiction can be a lonely and isolating experience, often makes individuals feel disconnected from their surroundings. Building connections with others on a similar journey provides emotional support and helps alleviate feelings of loneliness, sharing experience, discussing challenges, and offering encouragement creates a support network that can make a significant difference in the recovery process. Um, Emotional support. So it talks about loneliness, and that's one of the things I struggled with when I got in recovery was loneliness, because I thought I was like the only one that's struggling. Like I was alienated from everybody else, so I isolated myself. Um, so I just cut myself off from the outside world and even my loved ones around me, and so in that anxiety, depression, so I just drove myself deeper and deeper in active addiction. And like I had all the tools out there, like I had support, I had emotional support, and I just chose to be with people that were just like me, using drugs and alcohol. So I was a liar, I was a thief, I was not a good person. So I had a lot of defects, and that's what I surrounded myself with. It was the same people just like me. But when I got in recovery, other people sharing the same stuff that I was going through. That's what made me break free of self, that isolation. Like I hear people sharing the same things I've done, the same things I've been through, and sharing like their past with me, sharing their experience, strength, and hope with me, made me uh, see that I can, be a good person. I didn't see that for myself. always thought I was going to be a junkie. I always thought I was going to be in jails, institutions, possible death. I didn't see the good in life, you know what I mean? But like other people showed me in recovery that like I'm just like you and I'm living a good life. You know, it made me feel a part of. Yeah, so I need emotional support on a daily basis. You know, I always say not just in recovery, in life in general. People in life need emotional support. You know, we need help, especially in the world nowadays.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even want to listen. I can go on a whole tangent on that. Yeah, but like, it's scary. It's scary more so now than ever. You know, so everybody needs some emotional support. Everybody needs a helping hand. You know, I don't see anybody going through life without any type of help.
Right.
You know, whatever that looks like for you.
I'm saying like you say, it's scary. It is scary because now I ain't using, I ain't intoxicated, and that I'm sober. It seems like it's scary, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Staying sober seems like it's scary, man. You know, because I'm used to being intoxicated. You know.
I like how you said that because like we lack of awareness. We went with it. You know what I mean? Even stuff like we had for me these deep down. We had some morals and values, some beliefs, and we compromised that stuff because we're just using we like things like even today like in recovery. I'm noticing all these things, right? And like things I don't agree with
Right.
that I used to agree with in active addiction because I just wanted what I wanted. You know, I just wanted drugs and money, and it was all about me, and I didn't care what I had to do.
And a lot of things, you know. Yeah.
Now we you know stand up for ourselves. You know what I mean, and we stand on some principles, and we have some morals and values and stuff like that. And we don't let things happen or let things go that we used to let go. You know. Next one is accountability. When recovering from addiction, it's essential to have people around who hold you accountable for your actions and decisions. A strong connection in recovery encourages individuals to stay on track and remain committed to their sobriety goals. Accountability partners can help each other through moments of temptation and provide motivation to continue pursuing a life free from drugs and alcohol. Accountability. It's one thing is I was never held. Well, I was held accountable by the courts and stuff like that when I acted out, but I would never admit. I wouldn't hold myself accountable, right? You know, today if I act out, I have people that care and love me and support me, and like you can't be acting that way. You can't be doing this. Like you're a different person because we hold on to some of these defects, right? They just doesn't go away.
Right.
We do act out. We do react. I do, you know, and I need to be held accountable. You know, there's still consequences because I'm clean and sober and I'm living a good life. Doesn't mean the consequences don't apply to me.
Right.
You know, so they apply to me just as much as now than ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm trying to live a different life. I can't be acting these type of ways. You know, and that's I do a 12-step fellowship. I have a sponsor, and like you know, I have people that mentor me. I have a pastor. You know, so people know who I am. You know, I'm held accountable. My fiance, oh, she'll tell you. She'll held kind of aloof for that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I have people. It's not out of telling you what to do or not to do, or not out of like anger and frustration, it's out of love.
Right.
You know, they don't want to see. We want to help one another. We don't want nobody to go to jail or die, or you know, truly care about you. You know, not just say it, but actually have action towards you that they love and care you.
And that's a hard thing when you've been living with isolation for so long. You don't have anyone holding you accountable when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
it's tough to. It almost sometimes does feel like criticism. So it's nice that you just said that. It's out of love. It's always out of love.
Right. We'll take it. We'll be defensive. Right. We still get like that, you know, but like we learn through the process of recovery. It's not like they're like attacking me, or it's about, you know, it's about trying to help you. You know, and we have to watch how we do things too.
Mhm.
You know, to hold somebody accountable is not to hurt them. So we have to, or I have to watch how I respond to certain things, how I say things, the way I say things, tone of voice, my everything. There's like things that we have to do here, and accountability is one of them, and that's good. If I'm not held accountable for my actions, then that gives me, well, I feel like a path to do what I want, right? Which is not the case, you know. Now I have to hold myself accountable, first and foremost. Do you have anybody to hold you accountable?
I don't know, man.
You know, got no loved ones, no friends, no family.
Yeah, yeah, but not, yeah. But then again, it's like, you don't know if it's really sure, really, really doesn't like you should.
Right. I get you.
They can play a role and
Mm-hmm.
care, like they really care, but they don't.
And you find that through
Yeah.
you find that out through the process of recovery. You know who's for you and who's not.
Right.
You know.
When you were saying you build all these transactional relationships where it's just like, I want you for this, I want you for that. And if those are the people you're going to for accountability, it's not there.
No. You know, that's what, not addiction. It's like we're all out for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, and you see it, like deep down, I knew what I was doing, right? I just chose to not see it for what it really was.
Mhm.
I had a deep sense of what it was, but like I was in this delusional, like, talking about clouded up with drugs and alcohol that I chose not to really take it in. You know, like you see the fakeness, the phoniness, the lying, deceitful manipulation, that stuff. Like I had like moments of like, yeah, this is BS, but it's like I don't care anyway. I need what I want. You know, I need what I need.
Mm.
You know, so I'll just disclose that, put that aside, and still get what I want. So it was just insanity of the addiction. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Go to positive reinforcement. Connection and recovery also provides a source of positive reinforcement. Celebrating milestones and achievements with others who understand the significance of these accomplishments can be incredibly motivating. Likewise, surrounding yourself with positive influences and supportive people can help you create an environment that nurtures your recovery journey. So it's like people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. You know, that's who I surround myself with. It talks about positive reinforcement, man. Like I surround myself with people who are doing the same stuff I'm doing or better. You know, I can't go backwards and people, places, and things I used to do, hang around with. You know, I need to surrounding myself with positive influences. And after addiction, I did not. You know, and I started becoming who I was surrounding myself with. I was doing the same things they was doing. And thank God I didn't die in the midst of it. You know, it talks about it nurtures your recovery journey. So it does help you, you know, through your recovery journey is positive reinforcement. People are doing the same things that you're doing, you know, and whatever that looks like, 12-step fellowships, churches, counseling, therapy. This is all healthy stuff. You know, anger management, whatever the case may be looking like for you. And, you know, we pick up on things like what works for me might not work for you. So I might be curious, like, how did you get through this? So let me try what you're doing so that helped me. So it's all about helping one another. You know, at the end of the day, it's about helping each other, and it's a beautiful thing that, you know, from our backgrounds and things we've done and things we've seen and things we've been through, we can use that for good. You know, we think about it, if I shared my background with you, right, my experience, as you say, you know, you would be like, wow. But I can share that with somebody else and it's like, I've been through it, I've done it, I've seen it, but this is what I'm doing today, right? And you can do the same,
Right.
as long as you want to put the work in. It just doesn't happen,
Mhm.
you know? But I can use my past as good, you know? Let's see here. Building new relationships. Addiction often leads to the
Deterioration.
deterioration of relationships. Thank you. With friends and family, as you work through your recovery process, creating new connections that support and nurture your sobriety is essential. These connections may be with fellow recovering individuals, therapists, support groups, or even new friends who share your interests and values. Building new relationships can help fill that void left by past toxic relationships while providing a stable foundation for your new sober life. Yeah, building new relationships is very, very important. Um, some I still have to this day, like people that are from my past, I see them. It's more like hi and goodbye. But if I see they're doing good in life, right, I'm definitely there. I'm there for everybody.
Mhm.
But I have to be conscious of who I'm surrounding myself with. You know, what relationships am I having today? Am I attracting or being with the same people that I used to be with? Or am I creating new relationships? You know, and I'm not going to turn nobody away that people I used to use with or run with or whatever the case may be. I'm willing to help them, but am I willing to participate in their life?
Right.
That's different. You know, I got a helping hand, but to actually have you in my life because I'm not trying to live like that no more. You know, I'm trying to surround myself and build these new relationships as I speak to change my ways. You know, if I still hang out with the same people, places, and things, I'm not even going to do the same stuff that I was doing before. You know, it's very crucial to build new relationships in recovery. You know, I still have relationships with my family, my friends, you know, that love and care about me. But I did have cut the ones that I don't need no more. You know, is that a struggle for you? Is like all the
Yeah,
relationships?
Yeah, it's a struggle for me, but
Yeah,
it's like it's like I can't get away from them either. Like they always popping up.
Yeah.
I go there, I see them, I run into them. They want to keep it for a little while and have a conversation.
mm-hmm.
But deep down in my mind, my heart, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. No, I just want to walk away. I mean, I listen to you, but
Yeah,
I can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving.
keep it moving.
I mean, I say hi about it to you, but how we used to be again now.
Can't be.
But then again, I still got love for some of them,
Yeah,
I've been with for too long. Even when I wasn't using at the time, when you start using, I was with them.
yeah.
Then we start using, then I ain't using, they still use. You know,
It's hard to break that stuff. You know.
like a girl relationship, like a relationship I got. I'm still with the same person, it's like I want to be with her, don't want to be with her, I care about her, She got my child, so I try to talk to her, It's like if she see I'm doing right, she might want to do right.
Yeah,
You know. She do, but it's hard for her,
that's good.
I guess she got to go to jail, then take it from there. Go to a program or something.
Yeah,
Take it from there. That's how I learned. Because I know I won't just go in there myself. If I was still using just walk in the program, I probably did. I
right.
don't want to do it.
It's tough with
Yeah.
personal relationships and breaking out of it because we used to.
But the relationship I got with, I don't stay around it too long,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there to speak to her, I don't stay around with sleep with and all that else. Stay the night home and all that.
Yeah. it's like deep down inside, like I love and care about you,
Yeah.
right? But like end of the day, I take a little inventory. It's like, is this relationship or is this person going to push me back or they're going to push me forward? And sometimes it's just not at that point in time in life that this can happen. You know, maybe in the future, but right now, like, is he going to push me backwards or is it going to help me go forward? This is what I'm not trying to go backward. I'm trying to go forward. You know, but if this is toxic or is it going to jam me up in any type of way? Is it going to have me use? This is questions that I got to ask myself. You know, and it's tough. Somebody you might been with for years on end, you know, and stuff like that. But and that some things are not tolerable in recovery. You know,
Family, you know, it's tough with family
just
too.
family members, personal relationships, loved ones, you know, all types of relationships. Like I know myself and I had to cut out, it might hurt hard, like in the heart, but like I have to keep my sobriety first. You know, first and foremost, I don't want, like I said, I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to die. I don't want to use drugs and alcohol no more. So there's things I have to do to cut out. You know, that's loved ones, family members. You know, that stuff is varied because some of that stuff can have me used in the first place.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, participated in my using. You know, so it's tough. It's tough. But I can build new relationships.
Then again, it's like my girl, you know, it's like when I try to tell her right, you know, try to tell her what's good, what's right. She think I'm being hard on her, you know, and I don't want to make her feel like that.
Yeah.
You know? She might start crying, stuff she don't want to, she might start crying. Make it seem like I'm being hard on her, but I know I ain't being hard on her. I'm just trying to tell her the truth, you know, tell her what's right.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
She started crying, and it's kind of like that feeling, make me feel like, but I ain't gonna feel like that because I know I'm telling her the truth.
I think we touched on that earlier. You know, sometimes we
try to just
out of love.
puff her up, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just gonna say nothing to her. I ain't gonna say nothing to her. Too much try to say so she gonna start.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Some people aren't ready to hear it, you know?
Yeah.
At one point, I wasn't ready to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, so I remind myself, and don't take this the wrong way. Sometimes some people are not changing, but you are, right? So you're like going forward, and some people are staying where they are. You know, we see things different today when we don't have to go knock on us, and we're doing things. But some people are just stuck.
Yeah, then deep down it's like they want to change, but they don't want to hear it. Though.
Yeah.
They want to change, but they don't want to hear it. They ain't ready.
I get it. Yeah, for sure. Let's see, was learning from other experience. One of the most valuable aspects of connection and recovery is the opportunity to learn from other experiences. Connecting with individuals who have faced similar struggles allows you to gain insight into the challenges and successes that have encountered along their journey. Their stories can provide guidance, inspiration, and hope, showing you that recovery is possible. I think we touched on that earlier too. Something I didn't have was hope. You know, I didn't see it for me. And learning from other people's experiences and sharing my story with them, and they're sharing their story with me. And, you know, it gave me a sense of hope that, like, if you can do it, I can do it. You know, so, like, that's why I touch on, like, I use my past as good today because you never know. Like, people are just, like, been through the same things I've been through and don't think they can get out of that kind of stuff. You know, it's like, I didn't see it for me. Like, this recovery stuff might work for you, but like I'm stuck in this rut.
Right.
You know, it's tough to get out of that. But like when people share with you, it gives you a sense of hope. You know, I have more faith today that like anything that comes my way, I can stay clean. You know what I mean? And my like early recovery, like I have proven that because a lot of things have happened since I've been clean. You know, I just don't pick up.
Right.
You know, as long as I don't pick up, I have a chance. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel, man. Don't pick up.
Yeah. In fact, they say if you don't pick it up, you can't get high, right?
Right.
As simple as it sounds, some of the cliche things I hear around here, but like it's spot on, you know. Learning from all experiences, man. And it's like learning from others what to do, and there's things that you learn not to do. Right? I want to be the one that's, you know, learn from others people's mistakes, not my own today. But it's good to learn from yours because we're hard-headed. We like to bump our head against the wall over and over and over again until we're willing to change and whatever, you know. It says reducing, let's see here, reducing risk of relapse. Studies have shown that strong connections in recovery can help reduce the risk of relapse. Social support, accountability, and sense of belonging can all contribute to an individual's ability to maintain sobriety. By building connections with others who share your goals and values, you create a supportive network that can help you navigate the challenges of recovery and prevent relapse. And that's what we do on a daily basis. We're trying to prevent relapse. And it's like, what foundation do you have to prevent relapse? You know, I've done things was suggested to me in recovery. You know, and like I said earlier, I do a 12-step fellowship, but for me in Calvary Recovery Center, we're welcome all pathways. All pathways of recovery are welcome. And, you know, I do a 12-step fellowship, have a sponsor, a home group, commitment, I'm in service, I have a higher power, you know, I do go to church, I do things to prevent my relapse. You know, we need to stay strong, we need to have a strong foundation. And it's things I try to do on a consistent basis, you know, apply principles, you know, in my life, you know, instead of acting out on defects and shortcomings, you know, I try to practice some positive reinforcement, you know, healthy communication, coping skills, therapy, counseling. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we can do to replace the drugs and alcohol, you know, and prevent relapse. I couldn't even imagine, like, this still shakes me to the core that, like, you know, people have some time, a lot of time, and go back out. Like, just hearing that, you know, it hurts my heart, you know. So I have to be humble on a daily basis and work on my recovery every day and keep my recovery first, so I don't relapse, you know. As they say, I forget how like one pastor says, let me think about it. Something about drug being drug proof. I forget what the saying was. There's a saying. I'll think of it. But yeah, this is something we're trying. My aim is long-term sobriety. You know, I can't do this one day, not do it the next day, or I can do this for a short amount of time. You know, if I don't practice principles and work on myself on a daily basis and do things that I used to do in the beginning of early recovery, still do to this day, you know, I can lose sight.
Relapse.
Yeah. Yep. It says participate in support groups. Support groups like Smart Recovery and our own Maintain Recovery are invaluable resource for building connections in recovery. These groups provide a safe space to share your experience, learn from others, and receive support from people who understand your journey. Yeah, we can go all the meetings and groups and Smart Recovery, Maintain Recovery. We can do all these things, but we don't participate in these, right? We don't share. We don't talk. If we don't be open and honest, right? We can just show up, but then I'm still keeping all this stuff inside. You know, it's not good. So we have to participate. We have to participate in our own recovery. We have to participate in our support groups. We have to participate in our families, our friends. You know,
what if you talk about it, right, and still be good up inside? I mean, you talk, I mean, he gets it out, you know. It helps you gets it out. Helps you get it out when you talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
but it still be built up inside.
There's a lot that you can do with your body too. Like I was just reading something where you can like dance around or like move, and it kind of displaces some trauma and some stuff out of your body. So I've been doing something like that right now.
Meditate, yoga, and all that.
All that stuff. Like this stuff just, the stuff that we hold inside just don't go away. You think we talk about it once
Yeah.
or share it once is gonna go away.
Right,
It's the case.
No.
Right, that's why we work, it's an ongoing process of recovery. So when these things arise, I have somebody to call,
Mhm.
right? I have coping skills, meditation, prayer, dancing, whatever it is, because this stuff, what do I have in my tool belt? So when these things arise, these emotions, feelings, and of whatever, guilt, shame, remorse, anger, frustration, we have all these things, but we have healthy stuff to do today.
Going out in nature. Like
Nature, that's a good outlet for me, man. I love fishing. I'll tell you one right there, I love fishing.
Yeah. Water helps, it soothes.
Right.
Yeah, because life shows up and our feelings, emotions always come and go. They just don't stop.
We I was just talking about over here. My first step on West Broad with Chuck,
Mm-hmm.
where to bring you pieces.
It does. It does. Try to do something different instead of using the drugs and alcohol.
Right.
You know, to push down these emotions, feelings. Self-medicating is one of the things that I did.
I go fishing. I go fishing with my girl, but she like to go fishing, you know.
Yeah.
But I fish, but I don't know how to use the poles that they line, you know. I don't use mine using that. I'm used to using bamboo poles.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get used to it. You get one real man practice.
Right.
Be all right. And let's see here. Attend therapy and counseling sessions. Here's a healthy outlet right here for you. Therapy and counseling. I do therapy is one of the things I do. Individuals and group therapy sessions are another way to build connections and recovery. A therapist can help you understand the underlying causes of your addiction. Wow. Identifying triggers and develop strategies to manage sobriety. Group counseling sessions offer an opportunity to connect with others facing similar challenges and provide additional support. And there was a key point in here. It's like individual sessions in counseling therapy, but there's also like family counseling and therapy. You know, so I know when I got in recovery, like I didn't know how to communicate too well, right? Things I would say, things I would do, right? I might be clean and sober, right? I got the drugs and alcohol on me, but I still have unhealthy communication, right? So that's why we have family counseling, family therapy. That's why we can have somebody help us convey how we're feeling with our family and friends. Because my way was, you know, it can be loud, obnoxious, and yelling, and whatever the case may be, and it was not healthy. So to actually, you know, convey how I'm really feeling in a healthy way, and that's great with, you know, family therapy and counseling, you know. Let's see here. Engage in sober activities. Find sober activities that you enjoy can help you build connections with others. Share your interest. These activities can range from sports, hobbies, volunteer work, or social clubs, and they provide a healthy environment for developing new friendships and strengthening your recovery. Yes, there's a lot of activities that you can do in recovery that don't have to involve drugs and alcohol. That was one of my struggles, like, how am I going to be happy? How am I going to have fun? And what am I going to do without drugs and alcohol?
A lot of time.
Huh?
A lot of time on your hands all of a sudden.
Yeah, now you're left with self,
Right.
you know? But like we have these activities that, you know, there's picnics and there's bowling, there's things that we do. Think about it in life, not just, you know, in active addiction or in sobriety, but like in life in general. There's a lot of activities that we just were so isolated and honed on to this drug and alcohol. Is like everything revolved around that. So we just take that out and live life, you know. I surround myself with people that are in sobriety, and we have fun. I can truly laugh and be happy, right? I can have fun in recovery,
Right.
you know, which I never thought would be possible. I just had to break out of that isolation. I had to break out of that self-made prison, you know, but I was stuck in year after year, day after day. You know, that's one bad place you can be is in your head. You know, still to this day, you can still be wrapped up in self. You know,
I'm kind of like that now. So, you know, I'm kind of like that.
yeah. Get stuck in the head a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of like quiet, you know, alone, man, quiet.
Yeah.
But I, you know, I talk and stuff, but I'm just mostly alone and quiet.
It takes time to break out of that. You know, I was like that in early recovery also. You know, we had a lot of stuff internal going on with us. You know, but little by little, we can break out of that shell,
Yeah.
open up more, be open and honest, and
Right.
tell us how you truly feel.
We were just talking about that in class today, that like when you have a lot of like chaos in your life and you're used to that, quiet, like being in social settings that are safe, like a birthday party or something, it makes us nervous because we're not used to that. So
Right,
it's
right,
like a lot to get used to.
Yeah.
Us to.
Right.
100%.
Thoughts are sometimes nerve-wracking.
Like what's good for us, we're not like prone, like, oh my
Right.
God.
Nervous about it.
We're like that toxic, that chaos, you know, we're prone to all that stuff. It's like now, like what's good for us, we're like, oh my God, like this is different, you know. It takes time to get used to that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
some people are like outgoing, man, you know, they talk. That, you know.
Yeah,
No, I felt good because when we said that like, you know, being in something like a family, you know, a birthday party or something
yeah.
was more nerve-wracking than being in chaos. Everyone was shaking their head and I was like, oh, good, it's not just me. Like everyone feels that way. Not everyone, but people that have had like a lot of chaos in their life.
Yeah. And we feel like different, feel like out of place,
Yeah.
you know, because if we're doing something on a consistent basis and surround ourselves with the same people, places, things, and toxic and chaos, where it's a way of life.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, it's uncomfortable.
And that's another thing, being comfortable in the chaos and scared to be into like the peace.
Yeah.
You know, it's the insanity of addiction. You know, I was so wrapped up in fear that I would rather stay and try to kill myself on a daily basis than try something different because it was comfortable.
Yeah.
I knew what I was, I won't say knew what I was doing, but like, help me out here.
It's like automatic. It was
Oh
like,
yeah, it's like repetition,
Yeah.
routine. I was doing this stuff, so felt more comfortable doing that stuff than actually doing good for my life.
right.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's nuts. Let's go. Cultivate meaningful relationships. Make an effort to nurture relationships with friends and family and peers who support your sobriety. Reach out to your loved ones and work on rebuilding trust and communication. Open and honest conversation can pave the way for stronger connections and more solid support systems. I like that. I do. So you want to nurture these relationships in recovery, because now I look at it like I wasted my life with drugs and alcohol for many, many years. Now I see like life is short. It really is. We only have one. And it's like here today, gone tomorrow. So I have to cultivate these relationships. I have to, and it's okay. Like if we have some disagreements, right? Or we get in these arguments or whatever the case may be, I can openly apologize. It's like we can agree to disagree. You know, I don't have to go back and use or react or avoid. That's another one big thing of mine is avoidance. You know, if I didn't see it, it didn't happen. You know, so I can like apologize and like, man, I'm sorry for the way I act. You know, can we come to some type of, I'm gonna say agreement, but like, you know, I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't mean to react that way, you know, so I can be held accountable, right? I can be accountable for my own actions. And I don't have to ruin that relationship over one thing, you know, hold on to these resentment. That's another thing, resentments. You know, resentments can keep us sick, you know, so just trying to do stuff different, especially in personal relationships. Our relationships is everything. You know, that's how I get my help today, through other recovering addicts. So I have to cultivate these relationships to get better. You know, not just throw them away because it didn't go my way, or, you know, whatever the case may be. We'll go to this last one here. It says practice open communication, being open and honest about your struggles and progress in recovery. Sharing your feelings and experience with others can help you feel connected and understood. Open communication also encourages others to share their own stories, leading to deeper connections and mutual support. Connection in recovery plays a crucial role in the journey to sobriety. Human connections offer emotional support, accountability, and positive reinforcement, all contributing to a successful and long-lasting recovery. By engaging in support groups, attending therapy, participating in some sober activities, and cultivating meaningful relationships, you can strengthen your connections and pave the way for a healthier, happier life free from drugs and alcohol. Remember, you are not alone in your journey, and the power of human connection to make all the differences. Man, that was powerful because they incorporated all these things that we were reading about in this last paragraph or two, which is, I thought was awesome. You know what I mean? So all I have says, remember, you're not alone. You know, I'm not alone no more. And that's telling you, that's one of the main things that kept me stuck in that addiction. Is like, I'm the only one that feels this way. Like, I can't get clean. I can't stay sober. I can't live a good life. I was my worst enemy, you know, and I had to remind myself, like, in the recovery process, like, I'm not alone. There's others like me. You know, that made me strive to keep coming back day to day and not use, because people were sharing their experience with me. You know, yeah, if I didn't have like positive relationships in my life and people that were, you know, working on their recovery, like, I wouldn't be here. Plain and simple, you know, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, that was awesome how they incorporated all these things that we were talking about in that last couple of paragraphs. It says connection and recovery, the power of human relationships in overcoming addiction. Yeah, one of my buddies always talks about relationships. Yeah, and it's all about relationships, because I can't go through this process of recovery alone. It's not possible. I am my worst enemy. You know what I mean? I'm the last one I got high with. You know, so to speak. So that was a good meeting. So if you like this article, this is from recoverycafe.com, and this connection in recovery, the power of human relationships is overcoming addiction. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach here at Capital Recovery Center. Until next time, we'll see you later.